Hello, today is Sunday, the 22nd day of July, 2018. Welcome to the Money Charts channel and the Crypto Day Morning. All trades, all bets, all wagers, and of the like is always within your own risk, own reward. And for me, risk-reward portfolio management is always job number one. All right then, so Bitcoin, on its chart, it's got a price at around 74.5 in US fiat currency. And this is now 6 days of sideways movement after the beautiful 2-day up move from 63 up to about 73, as it has now seen the 18 average rising at a good rate of ascent, starting to catch up to where price action. The 18 average of lows is now approaching the key resistance level of where it came from, and as a lot of people would mention, such as a neckline to the inverted head and shoulders pattern. Will this be an area where we'll come back and find support? Well, if it's going to have a correction through price, that's where I'd be looking. Right now, it's doing a damn good job of correcting it through time. It can still do price thereafter, and if it does, I'd be looking for here. But it's always about adjusting to the message of the market, because it does seem like there's a decent chance that this thing can break this range and have a good leg to the upside. And if it does, what seems probable? Probably large, fast moves, as we've been seeing along the way. Large green-sized candle or candles that would bring it up, thus having a significant break above this previous level of resistance at around the 77 mark. Maybe at least into the 85, 86, and that's the conservative mark. Then, of course, you got your previous key high at 10. But in such an example, if something like that were to happen, where the market were to be going up and to the upside and a decent move, then I'm no longer going to be saying, okay, I want to see how well it comes back to where it came from at the neckline to the inverted. No. If a move like that were to happen, it'd be now, I want to see it hold an area around here instead. Of course, yes, an area where it came from, which would be like 77 down to like the 73 mark, if, of course, that up move were to take place. But that's just part of adjusting towards that of the message of the market. For there have been so many opportunities for the bears to have their way and bring this market down towards the, downside rather, or furthermore. We have the situation of this level of support area, which back in the lowest areas here, this was a prime time, or the ideal situation, that this thing was going to have a significant leg lower. Not just your normal, how do you do 10, 12-ish, 15%, but much greater than that. But it didn't happen. For it made this lower low. Okay, that's noticeably lower than its previous. That's bear market-ish. You come up to the 18, and this candle here, this is that big time step that changed everything, as it didn't make the lower low, even just a small one, and it didn't successfully, on a bearish level, pass its correctionary test, because it got to the 18 lows and it continued further. That's fine. 18 highs is still part of it. But this was a sign in here that it was hugging, staying within the 18 highs. And even though it went below this 18, it didn't hold and stay below there, at least not for that long. And most importantly, it found that higher low, had the rally, broke a previous high, and a decent leg higher, which has thus resulted in this current bull flag. When we look at this on, say, a 3-hour time frame, we can see more towards this sideways range. There hasn't been much for selling. Of course, there's going to be some people, and the selected minority few in this case, that are going to take different profits from the lower buys, or they've been trying to get out at 7,400 at a break even, because maybe they were buying in this little congestion area at the end of May. So you're going to get those small amounts of people, but the key word for that is that of small. Single-hour time frame. And this was another big opportunity where the market, I'm not going to say should have went down, but if it was going to go down, this is when you would have seen it. This first happened with the failed breakout above this level of resistance that instantly declined on the short-term time frame. And that's been very normal amongst the Bitcoin price over the last many weeks. Of course, it broke down below this support quickly, but that's really all it was able to do, was get by these levels. It didn't do too much more. 4. If this thing was ready to break down really big, notice in here, it made a lower low. Not a big one, but that was fine. And again, it failed its correctionary phase on a bearish level. It passed it on a bullish level. So if it was going to break it down from this move, then this is normally when it would have happened. Instead, it got above the 18 and it stayed above it for quite some time. And since then, there's been numerous amount of periods where it's been holding a rising sideways 18 average, but mainly rising, and nothing, of course, breaking it down right now. Moving back to the 3-hour time frame, what's also of interesting note for me anyway, is since the rally on the 11-hour timestamp on this 3-hour time frame, 0721, it's on the 7th period with a time duration of 1 hour and 41 minutes left. So it's almost at halftime for this period, although there is no halftime or Lady Gaga presentation for this, of course not. But we have 6-7 periods just hanging in there within the 18 average of highs. It has not touched, although a couple times close to the 18 lows. So that to me is a little strong. It's showing strength amongst the 18 average of highs, which is something that I'm looking for to give it higher probability of a significant up move next over that of a significant down move as its next big play, or the break from this of the bull flag. And they call it a bull flag because it's a sideways move from an uptrend, and usually neutral type of movements from a key move, which sideways is totally that. Usually those patterns usually resolve themselves in the current path, which of course in this case is in an up move. And that's just once again showing what has a more higher probability amongst the two event situation. Thank you for tuning into today's video and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.